show my hand, bitch. Niggas hang mad, envy me and I can't stand it. I was down bad, bitch, broke my heart and let me.
Hey man, say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quizzo, aka Quiz the Plug, man. I'm back here with the banger, man. We got some more Jimmy High Roller. This time we got using numbers to find the hardest championship won in NBA history. To me, it's definitely LeBron coming back from 3-1. That's probably the hardest chip ever won. No cap. Bro beat the greatest team ever. Came back 3-1. Like, what more can you do? Let me know what y'all think in the comments before the video start. So my guess is the LeBron one. But before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. We've been running it up, bro. We hit 1K subs. We're gonna keep going up. Keep supporting your boy. I love y'all, man. Let's get into this banger. But yeah, I definitely think it's LeBron. Could be Dirk when he beat the Heat in 2011, because I mean, that was an upset. So let's see.
Los Angeles Lakers wrapped up this long and grueling season with a championship. A story
I didn't even talk about that. The bubble, that was hard too. That was probably like one of the hardest championships ever too. Even though y'all like to undervalue the bubble ring, but like, bro, come on, bro. It was something different. So
ending for LeBron, AD, and the Lakers organization. And now that the season is over, I wanted to take a deep dive into something that has been circulating over the last few days. This championship being one of the easiest to win in recent years.
Yeah, that's cap.
Not only did I crunch the numbers to find out if there was any truth to this claim, the result that I got is one you have to see to believe. With LeBron claiming his fourth ring, the tone among NBA fans hasn't changed much. Some people love to see it, others don't. This was about as
back when we used to celebrate 3-peats, now kids out here celebrating 4 titles and 10 tries. Like, bro, y'all hate LeBron so much, bro. Like, when you great, you gonna have haters, bro. That's why he the second greatest ever. I got Jordan #1, but LeBron #2.
as predictable
Hater
as
to love
gets.
it.
Hence the title of my last video. With many NBA fans saying this season was so different and unconventional that this particular championship should have an asterisk next to it. Or, as some call it, the Mickey Mouse Rec League Championship.
Haters, bro.
But looking at this from an objective point of view, where does this championship run rank all time in terms of difficulty? What championship team had the hardest run to a title, and which championship team had the easiest run? Well, I started this search for the ultimate championship run and quickly came across this Reddit post from 4 years ago. This Reddit user came up with a simple way of measuring the difficulty of a team's title run by using an advanced stat called the Simple Rating System, or SRS. This stat measures a team's margin of victory throughout the season adjusted for strength of schedule. Basically, this stat quantifies how good a team is. For example, this season, the Bucks had the highest SRS in the entire league of 9.41, followed by the Clippers, Lakers, and Raptors. Just like
dang, so this video was made during the 2019-2020 season. Oh, this is right after LeBron won the bubble ring. Okay. Just had to make sure.
League of 9.41, followed by the Clippers, Lakers, and Raptors. Just like any other stat, it has its flaws, but overall, it's a great indicator of how great or terrible a team is. We then added up the total SRS values for every team that each championship team beat in the playoffs. For example, in 2017, the Warriors beat the Blazers, Jazz, Spurs, and Cavaliers. Add up the SRS scores for each of those teams, and the difficulty of the Warriors' 2017 championship run is 13.77. So now that we understand how this all works, here's the list of championship runs ranked in terms of difficulty. With the 1995 Rockets.
Hold on, let's look at this real quick before he talk about it. Rockets, where the Cavs? Okay, 2016 Cavs is #7. 1997 Bulls. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not feeling that stat, but let's go back.
Runs ranked in terms of difficulty.
Not feeling
with
that.
The 1995 Rockets having the most difficult path to a championship and the 1987 Lakers having the easiest path to a championship. This list only includes championships dating back to the 1984 season, since that is when the 16-team playoff system was introduced. So, with the last 37 championship teams listed, where do the 2020 Lakers land? All the way down at 35th. In the last 37 seasons, only 2 championship teams faced easier competition than the Lakers faced in this season's playoffs.
That's tough, bro. But I don't care about his 2020 chip. I'm talking about 2016. So y'all can have that chip. Y'all can call it the bubble ring, the easiest ring ever. As you can see, it's not. The Showtime Lakers had 2 of the easiest rings if you're going by this system. So, what y'all gonna say about Magic? His rings was easy?
In my last video, I talked about how the Lakers' path to a title this season was no easier than any other championship teams. And I literally could not have been more wrong. Not only was their path easy, it was nearly the easiest path
That's crazy.
of the last 37 seasons. But let's take a deeper look into some of these numbers. The first thing that jumped out at me was that the Shaq and Kobe Lakers three-peat featured 3 of the top 5 most difficult paths to a championship. That is unbelievable. And even crazier is that in 2001...
Ooh, what I said? I said the 2011 Mavs. Look, number 6. They had to play what? They beat Kobe, KD, maybe the Spurs, but I don't know who they played first round. But I know they beat Kobe and KD. The Thunder and the Lakers, that's already a tough path. Prime KD, he was young, but bro was going crazy. I think he went to the finals that next year.
That is unbelievable. And even crazier is that in 2001, the Lakers nearly swept the playoffs, going 15-1.
That's crazy.
While facing the second most difficult opponents in the process. So if you've ever wondered what team was the most...
Hey, y'all see my boy AI gave him that one L though. I see Kobe and AI right there in the back. 2 of my favorite players.
Dominant in the last 35 seasons, I think there is your answer. Now, if we highlight each decade, then we can see which 10-year span featured the most difficult runs to a championship.
Decades.
And for the most part, each decade
2000s.
had similar levels of difficulty, except the 80s. But this was because for most of the 80s, the league only had 23 teams, which meant a 16-team playoff format featured many teams with losing records.
Okay, so
simply put, the league was still...
Okay, so for the 80s, it's basically, that's that kind of flawed for the 80s, because, you know, they only had 16 teams. What he said, 23 teams or whatever. So, I mean, that low-key made it easier for real. So, Magic and Bird, it was only 23 teams when they played. So, I'm not undervaluing their chips, but that make it easier for sure.
Good, but it was super top-heavy with bad teams making the playoffs. With that being said, it's still shocking just how easy it was to get deep into the playoffs in the 80s. So, you know how the NBA has been a bit one-sided throughout recent history in terms of talent level in each conference? Well, this next graphic highlights just that. When graphing the most difficult paths to a championship using SRS scores on the y-axis, you can see that the West has won 4 of the 5 toughest championships since 1984. The West has also won...
I mean, the West has always been stronger than the East. That's just facts for a minute.
12 of the 20 most difficult titles in the last 37 seasons. 4 of those 8 titles from the East coming at the hands of Michael Jordan and the Bulls.
That's tough.
Here are Michael Jordan's 6 titles. Here are Kobe's.
Of course, all Jordan rings gonna be there. I mean, it's Jordan. Everything he did it the best. Like, Jordan always gonna be on some list, bro. It's impossible not to see, bro.
Every single one of them having a very high degree of difficulty. And here are LeBron's 4 championships. Now, strictly considering how challenging each of these championship runs were, which collection of championships looks more impressive? At face value, Kobe's rings are easily the greatest collection of tough titles in the modern NBA. Now consider the fact that Mike and LeBron received Finals MVP in every one of their championship seasons, and Kobe won the award just 2 out of 5 times.
Yeah, that's one reason why I can't put Kobe like over LeBron or somebody, because like on 3 of your chips, you wasn't the best player, so like there's no way I can put you over somebody that's been the best player on every ring they got. I can't do it. But I love Kobe though.
Every one of
He in my top 5 for sure.
Seasons,
top 5 to 6.
Kobe won the award just 2 out of 5 times. And for some more reference, here are Magic Johnson's last 3 championships. I've said it before, and I cannot stress this enough. Not every championship is built the same. And when you start considering other variables like who did they play with, was there any significant injuries, and how well did they play in the finals, you begin to see just how ridiculous it is to base the foundation of your GOAT debate on purely how many rings a player has.
That's why we trying to tell you. I was telling you on the last video, bro, when they found the greatest season ever. I was like, bro, y'all take winning, bro. Y'all overvalue winning, bro. Like, of course, the goal is to win the chip, but come on, bro. Bill Russell got 11 rings. But how much Wilt got? 2? And Wilt is better than Bill Russell, but you know, because he got 11 rings, a lot of y'all put him higher on y'all list. Like y'all overvalue rings, bro.
Most would agree that 5 rings beats 4. But what if the 5 rings were won on a relatively easy path, while the 4 were won on a more difficult
Let's talk
path?
about it.
And before we move on, I just want to point out that this era of the NBA, the 90s and early 2000s, was easily the most competitive time in basketball.
Facts.
Just something to think about. So after seeing just how different each title run can be, one surprising aspect of this experiment that jumped out at me was the fact that the best 2 teams don't always end up in the finals. In fact, rarely do the best 2 teams end up in the finals. For example, in the 2001 playoffs, the Lakers faced off against the 76ers in the finals. This was possibly the biggest finals mismatch in recent history, but NBA fans knew this at the time. However, just how big of a mismatch this was is absurd. On their path to the finals, the Lakers beat the Blazers, the Kings, and the Spurs. All of these teams had a higher SRS score than the 76ers. Of course, this is a rather simple metric to grade how good a team is, but it is not a stretch to say that the Lakers faced better teams at every stage leading.
The fact that the Trailblazers in the first round had a better score than the 6 that was in the finals is outrageous, bro.
Up to the finals, to say that the Lakers faced better teams at every stage leading up to the finals than they did in the finals. In 2018, the Warriors beat the Spurs, the Pelicans, and the Rockets on their way to the finals to face the Cavs. Each of these Western Conference teams being statistically better than the Cavaliers.
That's tough.
So think to yourself, how many players and teams have been eliminated before the finals?
And y'all love to talk about LeBron losing these championships. Like, come on, bro. Look how overmatched that. Like, man, those losses against the Warriors when KD went to the Warriors, bro, they shouldn't even count on LeBron's resume, bro. Like, if KD never went to the Warriors, LeBron would have probably had about 6 rings, bro. Come on now. If they would have, come on, bro. KD would have even got rings on the Thunder if he would have stayed. I don't know why KD did that in the first place. That's the only thing I don't like about KD. He's my favorite player, but like that's the only thing, the stain he got in his career, bro. He went to the Warriors, bro. If he would have stayed another like 2 years on the Thunder, they would have got a ring, bro. They was damn near there. They had the Warriors up 3-1, and then they blew the 3-1 lead, but it happens.
So think to yourself, how many players and teams have been eliminated before the finals that could have made the finals if they were just in a different conference? How many NBA championships were decided in the Western Conference?
That's tough.
This is why, although I'm a certified LeBron fanboy, I don't put as much weight into his 10 finals appearances as other fans. I have to consider the fact that during those finals runs, the East was considerably worse than the West, and if LeBron and the Cavs were in the West, they may not have even saw the finals.
Yeah, that's
so
facts.
Just how easy was the Lakers' path to a championship this?
Nah, that's facts, bro. You put those Cavs teams that LeBron, when he was carrying them to the finals, you put them on the West, they probably not getting out the first round. No cap. I mean, they getting out the first round, but they not getting past the second round, bro. They had the Rockets, the Spurs, the Warriors, even the Thunder before KD left. This West was stacked, bro.
Not have even saw the
even
finals.
The Grizzlies are going crazy.
So just how easy was the Lakers' path to a championship this season? Quite frankly, it was historically easy. But the craziest part about all of this is that
y'all gonna be in the comments saying that ring don't count now. But y'all say that, we can't count Magic 2 rings that's at the bottom because he got the last 2. So y'all want to say LeBron rings that ring don't count? Then Magic only got 3 rings then. So just every time y'all say that, remember that.
In 20 years,
according
no one
to
will
these
care
stats,
about the details. Just like how no one cares that 3 of Magic's 5 rings were won on easy paths. Just like how the 99 Spurs snagged a relatively easy ring during the most difficult era of the NBA. Just like how MJ's path to his first 2 rings were immensely easier than the path to his last 4. It doesn't matter because it doesn't change anything. Regardless of how you get it, a ring is still a ring. And although they aren't all built the same, they all shine just as bright. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
Yeah, that was a W video, bro. It definitely gave me more insight into. I mean, I said it was either between the Warriors. I mean, the 2016. I still think it's 2016 Cavs for sure. It don't. But I ain't think Kobe rings was that hard. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know because I wasn't alive. Well, I was alive, but I was like a baby, so I wasn't there to watch it. But definitely opened my mind to a lot of things. Like I ain't noticed Magic rings was, according to those stats, was low key easy. Or at least his path to the championship was easy, not the team he was playing in the finals. I get what I'm saying. If y'all enjoyed that video like me, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all want me to react to next. I got y'all, and I'm out.
You know I won't harm you. You my bitch and be my bitch, so you